Hey guys, how are you tonight? It's Red Orca, bringing you another Halo Wars video. And this one I've done a little differently, because usually if it's the same team on the same day, I put both games together in one video. And I try not to do the same map, but this one is the same team as part one, and the same map, but if you can't tell by the title, this one's a little different. I know I kind of spoiled it by calling the title The Cheese, but you'll see what happens. But the other reason for putting this one separate is I have hit 150 subscribers, so I wanted to mention it special in a video. So I wanted to thank you guys for watching my games, and for those of you who comment, I wanted to thank you for that. If there's anything you'd like to see different in the future or more of, please do tell me. I will try to do that, unless I can't, like, for example, showing a Halo Wars game on Xbox One. That'll happen once they finally get that backwards compatibility thing fully down. But either way, otherwise let me know. Alright, so if you can see by the mini-map, we notice right there that both the Arbiter and the Brute are coming through Temple first. So just like last game, Perplexing Power is the Brute, Mr. Sexy Forge is the Arbiter. Quantum, Vortices, and I are both playing Brute. Nick MX66 is playing Anders, and OG Legit is still playing Cutter. But they have both come through Temple first, so we figure they're probably planning on choosing somebody. So, question is who? He's got that suicide grunt sitting out there priming it. I suppose I could have done a better job microing my chopper there to kill it. But either way, Sui's. So, in this case, Quantum is going to try to hit the Arbiter, and I'm going to try to hit the Brute. And it looks like they're going to choose Quantum, because if you notice, both of them are on his base. So, I guess they decided they did not like him last game, and they're going to cheese. So you'll notice they're there right now doing that. So, that is, before you think I'm criticizing them, that is a valid strategy to do against Double Brute, because we don't really have any defense except for, well, I mean, we do. We have Nick's Hogs, but we don't have a Covey on defense like you get if you have an Arbiter team. So, right there, you see right there that Arbiter raging down what Quantum's putting through. Just basically going to try to take him out of the game, because, a quick way to end a 3v3 game is making it a 2v3. So, Quantum went ahead and responded to that by upgrading to Citadel and trying to just stop that. And we're not being defended against, so trying to do as much damage as possible on offense, but he's also trying not to die out of the game. So, right now, even though they're Temple first, we're like, where are they getting this money? But the Brute is trying to vortex that base down. They're really just, because they've already invested quite a bit into this cheese. So the thing is with the cheese is once you start investing in it, you have to keep investing in it. So you'll notice that Nick is over here on O as well with us, trying to help put one of their Covenant out of the game, since that's what they're doing to us. So there's that. They did manage to kill Quantum Space, but he's not out of the game because he still has units. I'm going to give him a click to be able to rebuild that base. And I realized I could keep maining this Brute. He's had to blow his temple, but I could keep stripping this Brute, but I switched to maining him because of what they were doing to Quantum. And now the Arbiter is back on defense, and the Brute is walking over to my base. So, there's that, and then the Brute's walking. So the Brute's on my base, and Quantum has walked over to their base, try to do more damage to the Brute. He's done quite a bit. You don't see me look at it, but he did quite a bit to that Arbiter. Put him very much behind. So now he's just gonna. It's just his chieftain. He's gonna come over here and help me with Perplexing Space. So right now they're trying to stop Quantum from rebuying his base. Fox is going to just sit there and try to debomb it. Vortex it down. I can talk today, I swear, guys. I guess I'm just excited about the 150, like I said. So, Nick's going to use his debomb to make sure that base can get up and keep Perplexing from vortexing. Which he does have the money to do so because he hasn't rebought his temple And, I mean, also, we were suspicious, although I never did check the game log, that possibly legit might have clicked him, but I don't think that was the case after all. Either way, he was vortexing. Now, Perplexing has pads up. I possibly could have switched back to stripping him, but I've already gotten at half health, so I'm just kind of committed at this point. And there's not much the chieftain by himself could do to strip the base anyway. I'm gonna eat a grunt. So since I was gonna eat that grunt anyway, it's like, might as well kill hogs while I can. Quantum is still over there on that base. And Quantum was able to get his base back up. Like I said, just due to Nick debombing. And they put a lot of money into that cheese. So even though Quantum lost his base, we figured, hey, we're not actually really, that behind. Because again, they had to sink so much cost into it. That Arbiter's still on a keep. He was, he did take quite a bit of base damage from Quantum. Failed to kill the Brute's main base, so I probably should have stopped maining it after he got Citadel and started getting pads back up on it, but he's still behind me. So there is that. And I didn't expend money vortexing a base down. I did expend money vortexing hogs, but we have more hogs than they do at this point. So we have you in a C lead. So all in all, not looking bleak for us, regardless of them going temple first and choosing. But they come back, and by they, I mean Mr. Sexy Forge, to cheese this base again. So it's like, whoops. I'm going to try to build an NG, see if that'll save it. But that base is pretty hurt. So Nick is trying to kill that Arbiter right now. Keep him from killing Quantum's base. And then Legit comes up with his hogs as well. He's fighting Nick's hogs, but he also really just wants that base to die. So, interesting thing here. You notice this right here? This, while they're trying to kill his base, this is actually Quantum lagged out. Like, legitimately lagged out of our Xbox Live party, lagged off of Xbox, lagged out right before Legit dropped that max. So, he would have been out of the game anyway with no unit, and they would have killed him out of the game, but it ended up being the base died right before the Mac hit. But I just thought I'd mention right there that that was actually just my stellar internet interacting with Quantum's internet, and I'm joking about my stellar internet. Thank you, Comcast. But he lagged out. He rejoined our party again after this game, so after he logged back on. So right now it is a 2v3. Quantum, while he was put out due to lag out, they would have put him out of the game. So just going to go ahead and we're going to try to see if we can still beat them. The Arbiter's trying to get his shield up. I'm going to try to stop that. Their Brute right now is going Banshees. And we have this... As far as I know right now, their Cutter isn't on a base, but our Anders isn't on an Expo either. So right now Nick and I are just trying to figure out, okay, what do we do? Because I was like, oh crap, we lost. But Nick is like, no, they put way too much money into killing Quantum, so the game isn't over. So don't give up. And he's going to buy Quantum's old base spot for his Expo, just because it's already clear, and he doesn't have to kill the rebels off this way, and he can have it now. There's no countdown timer, and he needs to try to get that base up sooner than Legit gets one. So with that Arbiter going shield and Legit defending him so he can get that up, I'm over here and try to harass Perplexing instead. Bitch, Legit is doing a good job just kind of being there and being annoying and defending. And Perplexing, like I said, is going Banshees, so he's got those on offense right now over Nick's Expo. So Nick is having to play defense against Banshees the same as Legit is having to right now. So I guess an experience in common for both teams. And I should have looked back at what Nick was doing right here, but I was mostly worried about keeping my Banshees alive just because I don't want to give them any advantage over what they already have, but there is that. And eventually, like I said, while they put themselves monetarily very behind, making sure quantum goes out of the game, the longer we let the game go on, the more they can get back into it, which is not what we want. But that Arbiter has a shield, so I can't harass him right now. So instead, first I was going to see if I could stop Legit's Goss, because he doesn't have an expo, so he's going single base Goss. I'm too late for that. You can see he's already got his field armory up, but instead I'm going to delay his reserves and then get out. Because it's already harder for a Cutter to pump hogs than an Anders. It's because, again, of the cost delay that I mentioned before. Because, the cost, it cost the Anders less to do so. So, sorry about that. I misspoke. I keep doing that. But as you can see right there by that shot, he's already on Goss, so there was no delaying that. But I'm just going to keep going back and trying to delay the field armor again. There's really no harassing the Arbiter, as I've said, and legit doesn't have an expo still, so with him going Goss, I figured also I need repeating, so there is that. But now Perplexing has switched to harassing my base, which Nick is still defending, so both hog armies are still on defense. And while I didn't look at it, you can't tell, but I can tell you this from having been in the game. Nick does hit Goss first. So Arbiter is back on O right now. You see him over there. And Nick's going to go ahead and cryo Perplexing stuff just to try to take some of his air down, just because he's got quite a bit of Banshees. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that off, that field armory, I guess, or whatever's in its spot. And then the Banshees and Hogs are on D. Nick is coming up on O. If you see over there on the right-hand side, he's coming through the map. So figure with him having that expo on legit, and again, since this is a 2v3, we need to do something soon. So the Arbiter being on offense right there, we figure we'll be on offense. The other side of the map is him. I realize he's just a recall away. But coming up to fight Legit's Hogs with Nick, yep, and fight the Banshees with Nick. So try to take their numbers down and give ourselves basically any advantage we can. So you notice Nick is up there. He D-bombed again for that Arbiter since, well, again, 2v3, we don't have one. We wouldn't have one anyway, but we would have had another player. So basically, that was Nick's idea. He's like, okay, if we push, if you aim his stuff down, we're going to D-bomb so the Arbiter can't come in, and then this is nain down the brute base, which is complicated by those Engies that Perplexing has out. So I'm going to try to aim those down. I was aiming for the base, but the two engineers is just kind of complicating that, because eventually that D-bomb is going to end, and then we're all just sitting here for the Arbiter, and then that would undo everything we've just done here with killing off Legit's Hogs. Again, like I said, this was Nick's idea to do this, and I think it was definitely the right idea, just because he has all the Banshees. We're not going to take a Cutter out of the game this way, and the Arbiter's shielded, so we'd have to punch through it. So it'd be much better to take out the Brute in this case. Alright, so the D-bomb is over. That base is going to die, though. And notice the Arbiter was just waiting to come right in and take care of this base. So I'm going to try to kill these Hogs off while Nick deals with the Arbiter. The Arbiter is still alive, just Nick didn't have enough left on O to kill him, but he was able to get some stuff away. And we're trying to put Perplexing out of the game, the same way Quantum is out of the game. And so that's why I went ahead and highlighted that base there. They're not going to let that stand, but I'm trying to have the countdown timer run out for that brute. Make sure they don't have anything else cleared where he can buy it. So, okay, I should have canceled that. There we go. But Perplexing is, of course, going to try to buy it. Legit's trying to guard it. He's got that one vampire. Purple now has switched to air and has a vampire. But Nick's decided it's important that we make sure this brute doesn't just rebuy it and build back up. He's coming up here to finish him off. So, right now, just trying to aim for everything until Nick gets here. Alright, so that's enough to get Perplexing out of the game. There's Sexy Forge there, picking stuff, or basically picking units off, so I'm going to get my stuff out. Nick's going to get his stuff out that he can. He was definitely planning on losing a couple hogs to that just because it was worth it. Legit, still on the single base. Nick's now on 3, so now it's a 2v2. Our Anders definitely has the advantage. Their Arbiter now has finally gone units, but he doesn't have... I mean, while I have Banshees, he has the counter unit. He doesn't have that many, so we're in a good spot. So far, so good, right? But I think that's become pretty clear why I titled this one The Cheese. But it was a really fun game against them. So, I don't know, I really enjoyed this one. And Nick especially enjoyed it too, because like I said, my last video, he's not really played Unicy, but he's starting to now, and definitely finding it very enjoyable. So, he found this game to be an enjoyable challenge. And definitely some of the better calls that we did were well, basically that one call against the brute was his idea. So, oh, never mind. There goes the Mac. I just ate that. That was a mistake. Yeah, don't do that. Don't sit there and let people Mac blast you. I think everybody already knows that, but you know. But like I said, I do appreciate these past few months. I've been making videos since August. I appreciate, well, late July, early August. I appreciate you guys watching very much. I definitely appreciate all comments I've gotten. So please do keep watching my videos, and let me know what you think of this one. If you think this one was as fun as we did. And I won't be doing too many repeats like this where it's two against the same team unless I put them together. But in this case, I thought it was definitely worth it. And again, thank you for watching, and until next time, talk to you later.